Hello, hola everyone. Welcome to our Sunday self-care. Today it's International Yoga Day and also Solstice weekend. So what a beautiful day to grab our attention, to make space and time in our lives and in our bodies, look after ourselves, look after our well-being. Our practice tonight is a yin and mindful flow yang class. And especially as we reach solstice, where day and night are the same length, on our practice tonight, we'll be focusing on that. The same, roughly same amount of yin poses. When we hold longer, we allow the pose, gravity and the breath to release and make space, create space in our body, our fascia, our joints, as well as turning into a mindful, very embodied flow. So I hope you enjoy. And as usual for our yin practices, we want to have our body supported. So I have 2 pillows and a couple of cushions. I only have one here, but feel free to grab a couple of cushions. So we want to make sure throughout the poses, the asanas, that you feel completely supported and not that you're trying hard to attain a pose or make a pose happen. So it's a very different type of practice, our yin practice. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get started in a very relaxing way. I always like to start our yin practices with a pose that allows our nervous system to slow down and our bodies to slow down. So we tap into the parasympathetic nervous system using some breathing technique to really allow us to transition from the day we had, the week we had, into the practice ahead of us. So we're going to start right away using our props to support us. And you're going to decide how we want that to happen. I'll give you a few pointers that's super important here. We're going to start with a chest opener and also hip opener, but I'll give you variations as well, as always, to make our class accessible. I'm bringing up a little bit lower as we want to have our upper body elevated. So you might have done this before with me a few times. And I'm bringing my cushion here, so we want our heads to be higher than any other part of our body. So you might need extra cushions for your knees, I'll show you. So we're going to start in a more relaxed butterfly. So we don't want our feet to be really close to the pubic bone. We want the feet to be more like a diamond shape. This is really, really important to alleviate pressure from our lower backs, right? As we're going to sit here, we want to allow time, gravity, and breath to slowly work on our body as opposed to forcing going into our deepest expression of the pose straight away. So really, really important when you set yourself up for this. So soles of the feet meet. The pillow is going to support perhaps just below your waist. I have mine, depends on the length of your pillow, I have mine just above my sitting bone. And giving my cushion, I'm going to have to fold it in 2 to really elevate. So if you have 2 cushions, you might not need to do that. And then just make sure again that your lower back is supported, your glutes are touching the ground, they're touching your mat. And there's support just behind your waist, so you're not hyper curving on the lumbar spine either. So you want to have more of a neutral spine as we do that. We don't have to have that shape should I say. So go ahead, prop yourself there. If you need, like I said at the beginning, you can place more cushions under your knees. If you have particularly tight hip flexors, if your knees are really elevated here and you're tensing your legs to keep your knees there, which is going to transfer to your back, go ahead and place cushions under your knees so you can really relax. You want this pose to be very passive. And if this brings any pain, if you have lower back issues, you can always do this pose with this modification with the legs straight. So it's really important that it's a very supportive pose for you and you can completely relax in this pose. So go ahead, choose the expression of your pose. Allow your arms to fall out to the side, palms of the hands facing up, back of the arms connected. We're going to take 3 deep, very intentional breaths here. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And 2 more of these, inhaling through the nose and out through the mouth. And that inhaling and exhaling allows that connection with the nervous system will trigger the rest and restore aspects of our body. So our brain starts sending signals to the rest of our body that it's time to relax and restore. So it's really important to go into this inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And once you finish your next exhale, you're just going to return to your regular breathing here. Just pause in this moment. Allow the body to be completely supported by the ground beneath you. We're going to straight away start to tap into our yogic breathing. We start by placing both hands into our lower belly. We're just going to trigger each area, each compartment of our respiratory system that we're going to tap into in the yogic breathing. So we start by directing gently our breath to our lower belly. So placing the hands there will allow the breath to come into that space. And don't worry if this doesn't feel natural at first. Always practice. Don't give yourself a hard time. It's just a journey of exploration. So you should start to feel your hands rising with the inhale and falling with the exhale. And once you feel that, even if it's small movements, you're going to move both hands to either ribs. So on the outside of the rib cage, and we're going to gently bring the breath to that space. So feel the hands going apart with the inhale and coming closer together with the exhale. So rib cage are going into a concertina sort of movement, and this can be quite tricky for those of us who are not used to practicing breath technique and breath work. Again, the approach as something new, as a journey, something new to explore, to experiment with. And this is our diaphragmatic breathing. It's very useful to oxygenate our lungs, to bring more space and more breath to our whole body. And last but certainly not least, we're going to just place one hand on our chest area and bring the other hand, your right hand, to the lower belly. But we're going to just guide the breath to the chest at first, so we practice the third and final space of the yogic breathing. This is usually where most of us breathe throughout the day. This tends to be a very shallow breath, and also manifests when we're more stressed out. Beautiful. So we come back to a normal breath here. We're going to start with the yogic breathing, and the way it's going to go is we're going to start expanding the lower belly, then the rib cage, and then the chest. So we direct the breath upwards in all these three places. On the exhale, we do the opposite way around. So we can get started. Again, if it's difficult at first, if it's not happening, we just explore, enjoy the practice. And I'll just do a few here, my own timing. You can do in your own tempo as well, in your own rhythm. Closing your eyes. Connecting with the breath. Bringing your attention to that space. And if you feel comfortable, you can release your hands and your arms back to the ground, or you can just keep your hands against your belly and your chest, whatever feels more natural to you as we continue with our yogic breathing. Belly, rib cage, chest, and then inhale, exhale, chest, rib cage, belly. And you might wish to do the three intentional space in your body on the inhale, and the exhale, just exhale all at once if you're struggling to compartmentalize in that way. I'm going to do 3 more rounds here with the yogic breathing. And allow with each exhale your body to release tension even more into the ground. Perhaps your glutes, your thighs, your knees are holding some tension. And once you finish your third exhale, round up your breath, return to your regular breathing, keeping that internal gaze here. And allow your mind, if it wants to think, it will think. Once you notice that the thoughts are coming through, choose to bring your attention to your body and to your breath. So the thoughts are there, they will come, we'll let them go. And we choose to bring our attention to the sensations present in our body in this moment. Into the breath, the expansion happening, the relaxation, the release of tension in this moment. And allow yourself to pause here, to leave all the items on your to-do list for after your practice. Allow this few moments that are to come to be completely yours. You deserve this. Everything else can wait here. The mind starts to think and notice. We choose to come back to our breath, to our bodies, to the rise of the inhale and the fall of the exhale. Take 3 more breaths here. And just by starting this very simple pose, there's so much happening in and around our bodies already. Our spine is supported, our hips are gently opening up in a supported and safe way. Our thighs, our hip flexors, our upper back, the neck, and our minds. And after your third and final exhale here, you're going to very gently roll onto your right hand side. Very gently keep the internal gaze in each transition. We want to be super slow and mindful. So stay with that intention of the practice. We come back to lie down. And we bring both knees to chest, wrapping the arms around really tight, swing from side to side for a counter stretch here. We're setting our spine, perhaps making circles in one direction. You can experiment bringing the knees a little bit farther away, so that gives you a lovely lower back massage. And on the opposite direction. Enjoying each movement. Each movement is a gift to yourself, to your body, to your well-being. So we're intentional with each movement that we gift us. Pause at the center, bringing the feet to the mat, hip width apart, heels close to our glutes. As we prepare for our first very gentle bridge, bringing the back of the waist to the mat so we neutralize our spine before we go into our bridge. So these setups are really important. We're going to inhale, arms up, exhale, arms rest next to our ears. Lifting the toes, bringing them back down so we wake up the soles of our feet. Inhale, start to lift on the exhale. Hips go up gently, just enough that there is a straight line from knees to shoulders. The feet are engaged with the ground and so are the glutes. We start to feel that gentle stretch on our hip flexors, our quads. Inhale, we might choose to lift a little bit higher, but be mindful of not hyper-curving on our lumbar here. This pose is super useful to reset our spine, so we don't want to bring the spine to the hyper-lumbar curve, which can really bring a lot of tension and back problems. On the next inhale, you're going to very gently bring one vertebrae down at a time back to the mat. Blending, bring the knees back to our chest again, squeezing tight, swaying from side to side here. And bringing hands behind the knees. And we're going to massage our whole spine, the back of the hips, with our sway motion back and forth. So we're going to use the legs to bring momentum. And experiment with it. We're going to bring that childlike expression here. And if you go from side to side, you get to massage the back of the hips as well as the spine. Play around with it. See what feels good for you. As many times as you want. And if this doesn't serve you with your practice, you know you can always skip what doesn't feel right for you. Listen to your body. Last one. Coming to land. I'll turn this way so you can see in a different way. We're going to land in this pose. So left leg, it's up in front of us. The right leg, like so. It's a little different figure of four. And we're going to pause here and just use our left arm, left hand to support the head. We're taking a couple of breaths very gently, using gravity and the breath to release these different areas, different spaces in our bodies. Deep inhale, exhale. And the next exhale, very gently bringing our gaze back up. Releasing, you're going to keep hold of the left leg here. You're going to extend the right leg in front of us like so. Take a moment here, using the connection here, the hands on that left leg to lengthen your spine up. Flexing the right toes, like so. So we're lengthening. Let me turn this way. So we're using that connection, that support in the left leg. Inhale, lengthen to the crown of the head. On the exhale, we're going to allow that left knee to fall out to the side and the inside of the left foot to connect with the inside of our right thigh. Again, if you need to, you can place a cushion under the left knee. If that knee is a little bit too high, you're going to be able to really relax here on that side. You're going to adjust, so I just lift slightly so I can hinge from the hip socket. I'm still keeping that neutral lengthened spine. We're going to bring our pillow here. And we've done this a few times in practice. We're going to find a place and a support that we can just relax here. Once we find that, we've done that last time, you want to bring your elbows and rest your head in your hands. And you can relax the toes here. So we're starting from a place that's really far from our deepest expression of this pose. You want to be very passive here, very relaxed, no effort whatsoever. And with each exhale, release the head heavy, and that safe support that our hands are making here. With the inhale, you feel your back extend. With the exhale, release and relax your leg even more. And allow this pose to bring you stillness, rest, and pause. As all these different spaces in your body are opening up, are releasing, in a very supportive way. And for those of us who might have a little bit more length in our hamstrings, it might be that removing the pillow and making a little cushion there after these first few moments might benefit you more. But again, we want to check our egos and not trying to go deep or trying to reach a pose. The pose happens from within. And it happens according to each of our bodies in our practices. Not one expression is better than the other. It is the expression that's better for us in this moment. One more inhale. Exhale very slowly, very gently. We're going to remove the hand from the head. Super important here, whenever we are from a forward fold coming to upright position, we do that very slowly. Beautiful. We're going to extend that left leg forward, just for a very brief stretch, and then bring that the left foot, just below the knee into our calves. We're going to pause there, and then we're going to bring the right foot to meet the left. So again, we find that diamond pose that we had at first. We bring the hands behind for a counter stretch, shining your heart forward, relaxing the head back. Take a lovely inhale here. Coming back to center as we come back to where we began in this place. So it should feel quite different. And we're just pausing here for a moment as we transition to the next evening pose. We're going to bring our pillows and shuffle this way slightly. In this way, as we're using for our beginning pose. We're going to keep that leg as it is, and we're going to just gently support the left leg behind. Allow it to land wherever feels comfortable. You might have the heels a little bit far forward. You might have a cushion under that knee. Whatever helps you in that pose. We're going to bring our hands here, turn our torso towards that right knee or that right leg. So it's on the diagonal. We inhale, we lengthen. On the exhale, we turn to look towards our pillow. So there's a twist position motion happening. And you're going to adjust the pillow however it feels right for you. So you want to have the pillow supporting the belly. You might need to fold the pillow, add a few more cushions here as we just gently come to lie down. Now you might choose here to have the forehead. I'm just lifting slightly so it doesn't muffle my voice. You may wish to have your right cheek into the pillow, but it's really important that the torso is facing forward, so you're really resting into that twist motion. Or you can have the left cheek onto the pillow, which causes more of a twist. And bring the forearms to the mat. Taking a lovely deep inhale. Exhale, releasing it down. Staying here in this internal space and connection. You can adjust your legs however it feels more comfortable for you. We're focusing here on the upper body, turning and releasing down. Taking a few breaths here. By all means, at any point, if you feel any sharp pains, very gently come out of the pose. And then rejoin us when you're ready. Inhale, we feel the whole body expanding. We exhale, we release deeper into the pillows. We take 2 more breaths here. And very gently with the next inhale, again remember this very slowly, we're transitioning from forward pose to upright. We do that as slowly as possible to avoid any dizziness, any change in blood pressure. Beautiful. We're going to keep our legs in this way. We're going to move our pillows to make some space. So from here, we're going to find our pigeon, right? So I'm just going to extend my left leg back. And like I said, we're going to find the pigeon, what serves your body tonight. You might need to have a cushion under that right glute to support. And we're going to start extending or bringing that left knee back. And for some of us, this might be your pigeon for your practice. This might be where you land, and that's absolutely fine. For others, we're going to keep exploring. I'm going to turn this way so you can see the pigeon from a different angle. Using the hands in front of us. So from here, if you want to start to keep exploring your pigeon, we're going to start to bring our pubic bone centered and start to curl the toes under on the left leg and lift the left knee. So we're going to keep the pigeon active at first. We're not going to go into a hyper deep stretch of our hip socket yet. We want to make sure that more and more every time, over and over, we do our pigeon, that we're not bringing any problems for our hip joints, which is very common. So for some of us, this will be our pigeon tonight. So choose, explore, journey your way into your pigeon. And we're going to find where you're going to relax and pause into your pigeon. It might be here with the arms straight, it might be on the forearms, it might be forehead to the mat. And once you find where you're going to pause in your pigeon, if you have the extended leg, we're going to bring the left knee and release the left toes, so back of the left foot is on the ground. Take a lovely deep inhale here. Exhale out. Allow the weight of the body to sink down. And again, if you notice any sharp pains, attach your pigeon. Those sensations are very common in here. Taking a moment here or two, inhale. With the exhale, sinking deeper and deeper, relaxing more and more into this space. Practicing this compression on our right hip socket. Allow the body to be still, which can be very, very challenging. It's very normal to struggle with this stillness. We try, we explore. It's part of the practice. Whatever comes up is part of the practice, physically, mentally, emotionally. Keep with your breath. Two more breaths here. Your next exhale, we're going to very gently, beginning with our very slow transition. Come back up, and now we're going to come back to that center and bend before we're going to bring that right foot away. So as we come to our knees, however you want to make this transition, and then bend that left leg. So we come to all fours, bringing wrists under shoulders, knees hip width apart, curl the toes under. So we come up into a downward facing dog to release that compression, release the knees, bring the dog for a walk. Whatever your body's asking you here. And then coming to center, keeping the knees super bent here. Push the mat away with our hands, gaze to that space between our feet. Think of this upside down triangle, this triangular shape. Bellies towards our thighs. Inhale, exhale, release. We're going to do a little flow here to release our legs and spine. Inhale, we come on our tiptoes, we hinge slightly forward. Exhale, bending the knees generously, belly towards thighs. We're going to do two more. Inhale, forward. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, feel that release. Keep pushing the mat away. Exhale, belly to thighs. And here, if you wish to, you can start straightening the legs slightly or not. And it's okay if the heels don't touch the ground. Inhale, exhale, looking towards our hands. Bring the knees down. Toes touch, knees go wide for child's pose. Well deserved here. Forehead to mat. And if your glutes are quite far away from your heels, bring your pillow to that space to make that connection. And use your hands to keep pushing your body weight towards your feet so you're not propped forward. So to start bringing more length into our quads and this pose, we want to keep that intention of the glutes and the body weight towards our feet. Inhale, feel the lower back expand. Exhale, release. Next inhale, looking towards our hands. And start walking our hands back and coming to sit down. So we do that sequence on the opposite side. So we're bringing the right leg up like so, left leg, feet meet. Remember how we started? You can bring the glutes a little bit farther away to give you more space. And we're gonna rest our heads in our right hand here. Just a couple of breaths to prepare our hip socket, our hip joints for the sequence that is to come. Inhale, feel the back expanding. Exhale, release. Very gently bringing the gaze up, keeping hold of that right leg. We're going to extend the left. Bring that right foot in slightly. Using that connection here on the right leg to support your spine. Turn this way, like so. Inhale, lengthen, flexing the toes on the left leg. So left leg is active. Spine is straight, engaged. On the exhale, we allow the right knee to fall out to the side. The inside of the right foot connects to the inside of the left thigh. Adjust. Upper body is facing that lovely straight left leg. We're going to bring our pillow. Fold wherever it needs to be folded so we can really relax. We start like this, everyone, yeah? So we can allow our nervous system to release and lengthen our hamstrings. If we start super deep, our brains are going to send a signal to lock our hamstrings. So you want to start very relaxed. So find that lovely supported space in your hands. Relaxing the left leg here. Inhale, the back expands. Exhale, sink the glutes deeper into the ground. Feel that release, that relaxing motion. Each inhale, feel the expansion the breath brings. Each exhale, you release tension. You allow every part of your body that's touching the ground to be supported and to be relaxed and passive. Enjoy this moment of stillness. Easing and relaxing that left leg even more. And when the thoughts come, we choose to bring our attention back to the sensations in and around our bodies. What do you feel here? What's present in this moment? The parts of your body expand with the inhale and relax and release with the exhale. Enjoy being here in your body. And a deep inhale here. And the exhale, releasing our head and very gently, very slowly bringing ourselves up. Moving our pillow if you haven't done so already. Beautiful. We're going to bring that right leg straight just for a brief moment. And then bring that the right foot just below our left knee. Pausing there, bringing the left foot to meet the right on a diamond shape, hands behind. Shining the heart forward, head relaxes back. Really curve the back here for counter stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Stay here for 2 more breaths. We take this one a little bit longer. Beautiful. I come back forward. And as we begin, we come back to that first little figure 4 that we had. And we're going to transition into our pigeon on this side. Sorry, not the pigeon yet. We're going to do that twist. So we're going to bring our pillows close to us. We're going to do the opposite side from what we did before. So we had, on the first time, we had the right leg in front, the left leg behind. This time we're going to have the right leg in front and the left leg behind. So I'll do this way so you can see from a different place. Which would be this way. Sorry, just because I'm mirroring you guys. So we have the left leg in front and the right leg behind, yeah? We're going to bring the pillows to that place, to that position. Adjusting the right leg, however it feels more comfortable. If you need a cushion on the right glute. You're going to turn the torso towards that left knee. Inhale, lengthen. On the exhale, we twist our upper body to face our pillows. Adjusting here however you need to be. If there's too much tension with the heel, the right heel close to your glute, you can extend slightly that leg, bring a little bit farther away. And again, remembering to adjust your pillows however you need to be. You might need a cushion as well on top of your pillows. You might need to fold it, whatever you need to do so you're completely supported. Placing the pillows into your belly and start to drape yourself into that space. And you can turn the right cheek. Bring your forearms, you can keep your forehead on the left if it's a bit too deep. So allow yourself to completely relax in this space. Keeping that internal gaze, inhale, feel that expansion on our backs. On the exhale, relax deeper and deeper. Stay in your pose. Staying on that twist. Staying with those sensations. Feeling the expansion with each inhale and releasing with each exhale. Enjoying the gentle movement as we take 2 more breaths here. Next inhale, very gently, very slowly, using the palms of the hands to bring yourself forwards and up. Moving your pillows out of the way as we find our pigeon on this side. It might look very different from the first side as well. Whatever feels nicer to your body. You might need that cushion under that left glute to support the left glute. Prop your glutes up ever so slightly. And this might be your pigeon tonight. If you want to keep exploring and extending into your pigeon, you're going to use our hands in front of us, start to extend onto that right leg, curl our toes under, lift the right knee off the ground. Keep that connection, that engagement, that active intention with the right leg. Again, we're respecting our hip sockets. Inhale, lengthen here, and then exhale. Keep that right leg engaged, the right knee lift as you find where you're going to pause on your pigeon. When you find that space, releasing the toes, releasing the right knee to the mat, bringing the front of the right foot onto the mat, and relaxing to your pigeon, whichever expression you may have on this side. Inhale, feel the back expanding. Exhale, release deeper into the pose. Any sharp pains, sensations here, we want to very gently come out of the pose and very slowly. But if there are those sensations, stay, pausing, connecting. Feel the lovely sensations on the outside of your left thigh, left hip, left foot. Each exhale takes tension away from that space. Allow yourselves to relax and pause. Two more breaths here. After your next exhale, taking a gentle inhale and very slowly bring your gaze up, propping ourselves up. Using the palms of the hands, we're going to bring that left foot over and away from the right hand side as we bring that right leg into all fours. Wrists on the shoulders, knees hip width apart as we set up for our final down dog. Spreading the fingers wide, curl the toes under. Inhale, exhale, hips come up. Notice how the second dog feels, hopefully more relaxed, more accessible. I'm taking my dog for a little walk again as I really enjoy the lengthening of the hamstrings, the back of the legs. Releasing. Pausing at the center, pushing the mat away, looking to that space between our feet, intention of bringing the belly towards our thighs. And then pivoting with the balls of the feet on one side and the opposite side, a different movement, whichever other movement you want to take here. Just exploring, experimenting. Pausing at the center, bringing the knees back down. As we land, we're going to bring the hands a little bit far forward from our shoulders, and we transition here into the final portion of our mindful movement. A circular cat and cow, keeping the toes tucked under. We're going to inhale, hinge forward slightly. On the exhale, start to go into our cow, bending at the elbows, just enough so we send the glutes towards the heels. And we start to curve into our cat. Inhale, push the mat away. Exhale, we start to bend the elbows, start to turn upwards into our cow. Chin goes to chest, gaze goes to the space between our feet as we open our upper back, come into our cat. Exhale. And keep going to the circular movement, becoming more and more familiar to you, more enjoyable, taps into so many different areas of our body. Be mindful with this movement. How does it feel in each part? Each cycle going a little bit with more expression, a little bit bigger on the movement, a little bit more yours, whichever expression it takes for you. One more round. And we transition next into our cat. We're going to keep bringing our pubic bone down, our hips down. Keep the arms straight if this is accessible to you. And then release the toes, so tops of the foot onto the mat. We're going to keep connected and active on our glutes here, so we're not collapsing. I can really compress the lower back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, looking over the right shoulder towards the right foot. Inhale, center, exhale to the opposite side. Back to center, very slowly bending at the elbows, coming to lie with belly onto the mat. Make a little cushion with palms of the hands stacked on top of another, and then sway from side to side with your glutes. Taking a moment to land in this space. And then slowly come to stillness. Taking a deep breath here. Exhale out. And very gently turning around so we're lying with our legs onto the mat, preparing for our Shavasana. So if you want to grab a blanket, socks, whatever you need to make it more cozy and super relaxed for your Shavasana. This is your moment. You need to have a little sip of water. And then we come back to lie onto the mat for a very last little bit of movement before you're able to relax. So you can choose to do something completely yours here. What is your body asking you to do? What does it need? For me, I'm bringing my knees to chest. For you, it might be completely different. So choose, explore, and enjoy what it is for you. And once we've gone into that brief little journey, we allow ourselves and our bodies to come to stillness, releasing our legs straight in front of us. Bringing the back of the waist to connect with the mat, allowing the toes to fall outwards to the side so legs are completely relaxed. Backs of the arms to the mat, palms facing upwards, and gently tucking the chin under, just slightly that we release the back of our necks. Taking a lovely inhale here. On the exhale, releasing it all onto the ground beneath us. Closing our eyes. There'll be nothing to look at here. It will help us to disconnect from our visual stimulation so we can enhance the other aspects of our senses. As we reap the benefits of our practice, allowing this moment to be still our practice and a very important part of our practice. What sensations are present in your body here? What energy is flowing in and around? Where do you feel the rise of the inhale, the fall of the exhale? Staying here, taking this moment to drink in all the benefits of your practice. And as we did at the beginning, if the thoughts come to our minds, as soon as we notice them, we choose to come back to the sensations present in this moment. our breath, our muscles, our joints perhaps. As we start to, with intention, soften our faces, relax the jaws, release the tongue inside our mouths, release the shoulders heavy against the ground, and awaken our ears. Our upper back, just behind our chest, notice that space against the ground. Our belly soft, our glutes connecting with the mat and with the ground beneath us, the point of contact on the back of our legs, and allow them to go even heavier and heavier against the ground as we soften our whole body. And let go. We turn our attention, our internal, our mind's eye, into that space just beneath our belly button. So picture that space, sense that space, and you start to visualize gently a very soft glow, an orange glow, and that space just beneath your belly button, like a pinprick of light. And this small glow starts to expand outwards, occupying your whole lower belly. And you feel its warmth expanding downwards towards your legs, upwards towards your chest, as you in your own time guide this orange light and its warmth to occupy and fill every part of your being. So your whole body is filled with this warm orange glow, like the sunset inside you. All the way from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes, to the tips of your hairs. Your whole being is filled with this warm, comforting, radiant, orange-like light. Notice what sensations it brings you, how it makes you feel. And allow yourself to be in this light, in this moment. And in this moment, setting an intention for your week. What is it that you need? What is that will serve you this week? That's going to bring you the sense of well-being, the sense of rest, of stillness, that this warm light is bringing you now. And bring that intention to your mind's eye. And throughout the week, as the days go by, you can come back and return to your intention. Whenever you distance yourself from it, come back to it. Find a quiet space that you can connect with your breath, with your core, with your center, which is represented by this orange light that started radiating from your center, from that space in the lower belly. Connect with it. Return to your intention. And you can stay here for as long as you want, as long as you need to. And I leave you in gratitude for joining me into this practice tonight.